Hello everyone, my name's Dawn Campbell. I'm one of the volunteer directors at the IAPC&M, and today I'm here with the lovely Samantha Morris, who's our featured coach of the month. Welcome, Samantha.
Thank you, Dawn. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So I know that previously you were a psychotherapist and now you've added to that skill set and you're a success and confidence coach. So just very briefly describe what brought you to this journey and what was the transition that you went through?
Wow, I think that's such a difficult question for me because actually I come from quite a varied background. I originally trained in music and the performance arts world.
Wow.
And then I worked in the corporate world. I've got quite a varied experience with executive headhunting and working with corporates.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also worked in the health sector. So I've had quite a varied experience as a person. But really, I have always been fascinated with what lights people up from inside. I actually had a great deal of confidence boosting when I was younger. I actually had to overcome my own challenges. And, I think having a great tribe behind me really allowed me to see that you can actually live the life that you want. You can live this fulfilling life. It's just having about the right mindset, the right coach, the right tribe behind you.
Yeah, good answer. So I would have thought that having all those life experiences makes you a really well-rounded coach and psychotherapist.
I hope so, yes. I think we're all human. I think at the end of the day, we all encounter challenges. It's never going to be a perfect run. But actually, if we can learn to sort of shift our mindsets and our perspectives, I think that's the difference between someone that has confidence and success in their life to someone that's trying to attain short-lived success and confidence.
So what was the catalyst then, if there was one, that took you from being a psychotherapist to creating a new business as a coach?
Well, I love psychotherapy. It's something that I think is incredibly valuable. I do a lot of in-depth work with my clients. I actually do a lot of healing through creativity, through thinking around different perspectives already. But actually what I found was with psychotherapy, it's very much about the healing of the past, the present, and we're working to really heal a wound. It's healing a trauma. We do a lot of in-depth work. Whereas with coaching, I'm actually quite a light person. I am actually naturally quite light. And I always perceive coaching and psychotherapy to meet in the middle. We're dealing with an issue, but it's whether someone can choose to, or they can physically and emotionally move on from that issue, or whether it overwhelms their life, or whether they can move on from it. So if they can't, they need psychotherapy. If they can move on from it, they need coaching. And you know what? It was a fantastic skill to gain. It's a fantastic route for me to naturally think in a different way and to help my clients to really think from different perspectives.
Okay, thank you. Now, I know you trained with the lovely Carol Ann Rice at the Pure Coaching Academy.
I did.
So once you qualified as a coach, why was becoming accredited with the IACP&M so important to you and potentially your clients?
I think there's a lot of coaches out there that call themselves coaches. Anyone can stand up one morning, they can get out of bed and say, I want to be a coach today. I could set up a website. And I've always believed in professional accreditation. I've had to be accredited as a psychotherapist myself. I believe that it's very valuable, very important work that we're doing for our clients. And I think to achieve the best, most ethical work, we need to be able to say we've been through the training, we've been examined, we have had to do a lot of work on ourselves and our own development, whereas I truly believe that it is about the quality of the relationship, the quality of what we're giving people that matters the most.
Yes, of course, I'd forgotten in psychotherapy, being accredited, you would have just thought of that as being quite automatic for you moving into the coaching world. But as you say, a lot of people, 130,000 in the UK alone are calling themselves coaches. a very small number of those are actually either qualified and accredited. So yeah, we can learn a lot from industries like the therapy industry and the medical industry, where accreditation is the standard. So yeah. Okay, so what top tips then, because you've got quite a long and varied journey, what top tips would you give to somebody who was a solopreneur who wanted to emulate some of the success that you're enjoying?
Well, you know what, I'd always say be yourself. Because, you know, when you start out, you look at everyone else's websites, you look at what everyone else is doing, and it's very easy to lack the confidence to really be yourself, to really align your values with your business, with what you're offering, with what you're offering your clients, with what you want to get out of the coaching, with what you want your clients to get out of the coaching. And I would say that's my biggest tip of all, because it's very easy to suddenly think, well, I'm not doing the right thing, I'll follow that person, or oh, they're doing better than me. But actually, it's just so important to be yourself, because that's what people are drawn to. Authenticity. They're drawn to you as a person, and it is all about the relationship and the trust. The second tip I'd say is don't give up. And I know it sounds ridiculous, everyone always says it, but it is truly the bread and butter of coaching. You know, actually, at the end of the day, if we give up, how do we expect our clients to move forwards? How do we expect them to actually take the action steps, to have the confidence not to give up? I believe that we're role models, that we're not perfect, that yes, we are all human, we all go through our own challenges, but we are truly the role models for our clients. We have to take the action. We need to step out of our own comfort zones in order for our clients to do the same. So I think those are my two top tips.
Yeah, and I'm sort of sensing you've got to take care of yourself to maintain that energy, because I know people have always said that I've got high energy. You know, you speak fast, walk fast, do things, and you come across as somebody with high energy as well. But as we've mentioned, Carol Ann Rice, and I've interviewed her a couple of times, maintaining your self-care is an important part of being that role model, isn't it?
It's absolutely integral. I was talking to a client the other day about it, and they were saying to me, you know, I try to please everyone, I do everything for everyone. I said, you know, I think that's all part of our own stories. I think at one time or another we've all come across that. However, what I always suggest is that even with myself, as coaches, we need to look after ourselves. If we're not looking after ourselves, we're not taking the time to step back and refuel, which means that we're going to feel burnt out, stressed, and we can't give back to our clients. So in order to do the work that we do, it's essential that we take time for ourselves.
Yeah, you're right. Now, I know you've got a couple of niche markets, because you're a confidence coach, but you're also a success coach for business leaders. What is your definition of success then, Samantha?
It's completely subjective, Dawn. You know, I don't think there is one definition. I think when I say success, some people think, well, that's not me, but actually it is. You know, it's whatever you define success as, and that's one of the first things that I go through with my clients. What do you see? What does success mean to you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? How can we start to attract that to you? How can you start to create more success in your life? But actually, confidence and success, I always find, are not sought from the outside. A lot of people think if I look from it from the outside, from other people, if I'm seen to be a certain way, especially with social media at the moment, I would be happy, I would be confident, I would be successful. And it's not always the case. It's definitely not. It all starts from within. And this is where a lot of my therapy actually starts. It's very different to my coaching. They're two totally different businesses, but it's all about the inside work, because actually I talk about sustainable success and confidence, not just short-lived success and confidence.
Okay. So what's your definition of success then?
Oh, do you know what? I think it's waking up every day and feeling completely content. It's going to bed feeling content. It's an inner peace. I don't think that, yes, I could say a successful career, a happy family, a beautiful home, all of these things. But I know a lot of people that I coach, especially people that have had success in their life already, that have felt lost, confused and frustrated with their lives. They say that monetary value doesn't always bring you sustainable happiness and confidence. And, you know, I would say it's an inner peace.
Yeah.
It's really making peace with yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful definition of success, and not totally dissimilar to mine. I mean, I'm older than you. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily any wiser, but I've got to a stage in my life where my definition of success has got nothing to do with money. It's got to do with the amount of free time I have, and how I spend that. And the fact that I can spend half my year taking my business to Marbella and coaching on Skype in my motorhome on the beach, and the other half from my home in France and traveling. That's my definition of success. But I'm sure when I was in my 30s, when I was very money driven, it was all about status, image, things, stuff, etc. None of that really matters, and that's one of the benefits of getting older. Your definition of success and your values do change. So yes, I know it's very subjective and different for everybody. So what have you loved most about your journey? What's been the peak moment for you so far? And you've got a long journey ahead of you, but so far, what's been the best moment?
Do you know what? I think there's been a couple of moments. I think it's really difficult to pick out one defining moment. I know I'm being greedy here, but I don't care. I'll be myself. So the first is that when I was training, we have the opportunity as coaches, and I know I have, to really reconnect to yourself. You know, a lot of people see that as a luxury, but it's actually integral. So I have found that I've been very lucky with that. I've been very lucky with the support I've had with my tribe, with my coaches. And, you know, the biggest thing that I get the most satisfaction out of is seeing my clients make their small and the biggest action steps possible in order to live that fulfilling life. It's the aha moment sometimes. It's the tiniest things. It's when you see the sort of change across their face. I hadn't realised that. Oh, gosh. And they start to feel empowered again. That's the biggest satisfaction.
I would agree with you there wholeheartedly. And I think that's why a lot of therapists are drawn to coaching eventually, because, as you quite rightly say, all the therapies are dealing with the past to the present, but coaching is so results and results orientated that it's rewarding. So you feel good and your clients feel good. So yeah, it's a win-win really.
Absolutely.
Okay, so as we start to wrap up, just share with us one or two things around CPD, if you would. What are your favourite books that you've read that others might like to read as well, or seminars or workshops or leaders that you've met that we could benefit from?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, I follow quite a lot. I follow Marie Folio on social media. I also follow Danielle Laporte and Christine Hassler, people like that. Yeah. And, you know, I actually think the biggest CPD I could possibly say is reading those articles, reading those books, yes, but also writing your own articles, writing your own books, because we can read so much from other people, but we've got so much to give in return. And I think it's about getting out there. I write for a magazine. I've been filmed for a magazine and I'm loving it. And hearing from the readers, hearing from how it's actually helping them and guiding them, that's one of the biggest things that I can possibly say that I've got out of CPD. And also, do you know what, I think, because I have to do a lot of CPD for my therapy as well, and it's about being aware of everything around you, not just books, not just the leaders in the field, because you can be a leader in your own field. It's about watching the films, looking at artwork, reading the books, engaging with life, engaging with the world outside, and engaging with other professionals as well, because I think it's really important as a coach not just to surround ourselves with other coaches, but to get out there and start forming conversations.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Broaden your horizons, and that's one of the things that I think make you a well-rounded practitioner. You don't have to know everything in every detail. Just a little bit about everything makes you a much more interesting person as well. So who do you write for then, Samantha?
It's a magazine called Magella. It's a cultural magazine, actually, and I think it's really broadening my horizons. They actually promote to the Middle East, to Russia and to America, and it's something I'm very interested in, which is obviously going global, international with my coaching, and that's on the horizon. That's my future aspiration.
So you're another coach with world domination on their mind.
I would say sort of world love, spreading out the positivity. The combination with that. So.
Yeah, I think you're right about the writing as well, from another point of view, that we can read a great deal, but it doesn't mean we actually take it on board or that we action it. And this is a complaint or an issue around self-development books. People collect them, they read them, but they don't take the actions. But if you then give yourself the task of journaling or writing a review or writing your own articles, it's actually sinking in, and that reading becomes so much more powerful. So I think that's actually, without thinking about it, you've created another top tip there.
Brilliant.
Okay, so just to wrap up then, how will people find you and what can they expect from you, please, Samantha?
Yeah, so I've got a website. It's actually being edited at the moment, so bear with me, be patient. It's www.samanthamorris.coach. I'm also on Instagram, and I post daily, and it's at Samantha Morris Life Coach. And I'm also got my own Facebook page, which is at Sam Morris Life Coach. And I'm also on Twitter, and currently updating my LinkedIn profile. If you would like to engage with me, or if there's a client out there that's looking to have some coaching or to boost their confidence or vision of success, then I offer 30-minute discovery calls, as everyone does. But I really hope that that's an opportunity to get to know each other and to really see how I can be a part of that vision with you. And I'm also open to conversations with other coaches and other professionals too.
Great. So you're open to joint networking ventures and collaboration.
I am.
It's the way forward, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. We work. Our work is so much about the relationship. How can we not network? How can we not do that ourselves?
And of course, anybody who wants to know more can find you on the coach-accreditations.services directory, as well as a professionally accredited practitioner. So that's clients around the world. Okay, well, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you, Samantha. I wish you every success on your ventures, and I look forward to watching your journey. But thank you for your time and sharing today.
Thank you.